Greetings, blessings, salutations, so much appreciation and joy sent to you, dear friends, beloved hearts, light keepers, mystics, grid workers, star beings, light beings, shadow workers, beautiful souls. This is Marissa Indigo with Divine DNA Blueprint. I'm guided to share a transmission received on how to navigate these energies for the next 11 days. So this is beginning March 10th, 2022 through the spring equinox. So we've got 11 to 12 days, depending on your location on the planet, to continue to swim more and more deeply in these energetic oceans. You can really feel like we're in a sea of emotion, oceans of emotion and energy and information. So we're going to continue to go deeper in this journey with Pisces until the sun comes into Aries, closer to the equinox. So as we finish up this cycle, exploring the deepest oceans of the collective unconscious and our own unconscious, and all of these different realms that we have access to, you may notice an increase in kind of a quantum, holographic or lucid, very perhaps acid, trippy lucidity in your days. Some days feel like they're really long. Some days feel like they're really short. So you're feeling the expansion and contraction of what we would call time. And then maybe some really humorous things that are just like, oh my gosh, truth is stranger than fiction. Just funny things you observe or occurrences in your day. So there are so many things, and it can be overwhelming to have access to so much on a sensory level and these multidimensional or metaphysical levels as well, because we're literally floating, and sometimes it can feel like drowning in this sea, this ocean of energy in the Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and it is the most ancient. So much can come up with this. DNA clearing, ancestral healing, lineages on what I call the Terran or the earthly incarnational family lines, the bloodlines, all the way into galactic. Lots of existential quandaries and just many things for us to take under review. And with all of that, it's hard really to function in a linear way. It's also hard even for those of us who are seers to go out very far, to reach, to probe out, to feel, and to try to get glimpses out ahead of the stream. And what I receive with this, which I also was told is very important to share with everyone in this transmission, is everything we need to know is here right now. And to just breathe into that and to trust and to imagine yourself floating in this. You can breathe easily. Yes, it's a lot and you're taking it all in, but you're doing great with it. And just allow yourself to float. Don't thrash in the water. It's like a riptide, right? We don't thrash with a riptide. Just allow yourself to be carried and breathe and just do what you need to soothe yourself, to ground. So come into Gaia. Go outside and walk, and spiritual practices are the most important. Physical ones and breath work ones, meditation and prayer, and establishing that divine communion connection where you are engaged in conversation with your higher self, seeking counsel, receiving information, asking and receiving for information. And with that all here in the now, I'm being shown to really elaborate upon the fact that our intuitive faculties are so sensitized and so strong and so capable to deliver, and we are capable of receiving all of the information that we need to know. So even as basic as the gut instinct, when you think of something like, is this what I really want to do, or do I want to do this? As easy as a yes or a no answer can be felt in the body. And there may be some really big themes coming up and large initiations or invitations to make changes. Maybe things are calling us, maybe things we've wanted to do our whole lives. We've dreamed about, all of our dreams maybe, and we're getting new dreams as well. So we're having maybe a resurrection, a revelation, some mining deep in within the heart and soul of callings and the mission and deep dreams. And this is a concept I've been hearing now for a couple months, is this notion of data mining, but it's yourself and it's treasure within and the inner world, surfing the internal planes of the inner landscape. And this is divine communion too, because this is sitting with you and you. So it's a time for epic trust and leaning in and just really starting to surrender to the fact that everything you need to know, you're going to need to know it when you need to know it. The linear mind and wanting to control or know is not going to win. It's being present and listening. But also on that note, once we can trust ourselves, so this is a huge initiation. The oceans are infinitely deep that we're floating in. So it can be scary to look down, right? It's like a free fall, but you're in water. It can be very nebulous. And then we have a lot of Uranus. So this intensity of exploration and opening ourselves up to more and trusting ourselves and surrendering more to the need to know, or these gripping, this kind of root chakra, sphinctering up gripping of needing to know things. Just allowing ourselves to breathe into the heart and into the heart center and the chest with each of these topics that we're maybe grasping for, that the consciousness is trying to hold on to know, or to control, and just drop them like flowers. Just throw them in the stream like flowers, just offerings to the divine, and say thank you. I know it's going to be beautiful. And my favorite Abraham mantra is everything always works out for me. Anytime things get really tight, say, well, when I look back, everything has always worked out. So I'm going to expand my faith and trust in my outcomes and listen and take that inspired, divinely directed action, that guidance as I receive it. If I don't receive any guidance yet, I'll keep my ears open to listen to receive it and be present, go on about my day. So this is an acceleration of us learning how to function and navigate the 0 point or unified field consciousness. We have access to everything all at once. And it truly is mind-blowing. It is going to continue to expand our consciousness. And on the flip side of that, it's going to start to soften and increase the malleability or neuroplasticity of other parts of our consciousness, our brain as well, physical brain, that we're clinging on to ideas, linear constructs, labels of self, and we're going to start to really simplify things through energy. So yeah, at first when you start to realize that everything is energy and that's how you're receiving it on different levels, it's the ultimate biofeedback experience, is us in the environment sensing and exchanging data, intel, energy through the fields. It's funny because you start to see how AI and technology as we know it has copied everything that the evolved human already does. It's really funny. So it's like we're reaching for what already exists and building it out in such a way when it already exists conceptually and practically too, because we can use it. It's all just in the mind. You just see it. It's funny. Anyway, I'm digressing with that. So I hope this is supportive. I always just remember, just keep coming back to breath. And it's going to continue to intensify until the equinox. So use all your tools. It's really a time to continue to ask and listen and simplify. Quiet your mind, be in the body, good self-care practices, and really just keep an ear open, eyes open, heart open, most of all, in order to really hear. And one of my mentors would say, take it under advisement. So any information that's coming at you from the outside, through any sources, other people, media streams, regardless, run it through yourself and feel it in your gut. Does it feel right or true? Or what are you getting from it? Really opening up that self-inquiry, the ability of the individual to be sovereign in their information and retrieving information and clarity. And again, it's all through frequency. It's all through vibration, and energy never lies. So that's one of the most beautiful things, is we're leaning into trusting more than we've ever in our whole lives. And it definitely feels like we're living more in the etheric or higher realms, energetically speaking, perhaps, than in the physical. But we're narrowing the gap between the two and learning how to function in both of them. To bring it through, we have to ground it through ourselves, through the open heart, and into our creations and collaborations, all of it. It's very exciting. Very, very exciting. So just sending you so many blessings for this. It's a really amazing time for inspiration and a creative insight, new ideas, a lot of creative genius, just creativity. So it's just really about balancing these higher frequencies, grounding them in. So nature time as well, so important. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.